Alright gang, this is X from X's Toy Universe and welcome to my first ever pass or buy Power Rangers edition. So this week, a bunch of new releases just dropped and I'm super excited to talk about them, and I want to kind of share my insights on whether or not I'll be getting some of them or want to get some of them or going for a pass. Now, kind of a spoiler, there's a lot of passes this week, but I do find a lot of the stuff really cool. And yeah, I'm excited to talk to you guys about them. Now, this past month, or this last month, I was able to catch the latest season of Cobra Kai. Still a very intense show. I love it. I would absolutely recommend it. Or top 10, at least, recommendations of Netflix shows I would give to anyone who would say, hey, I want to binge a Netflix show. I would definitely say Cobra Kai. You don't even have to get into Karate Kid for you to enjoy it. Now, one of the surprising things, I guess I was not super surprised, but a little bit surprised in the sense that it would happen for Power Rangers, is that there was a crossover for Cobra Kai just announced for Power Rangers. So they've already done a crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this time they're doing it with Power Rangers in the Lightning Collection. So Lightning Collection, if you guys have been keeping track, has already done 3 crossovers so far. That's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got almost every one of them. Just don't have Shredder yet. And then they also did Street Fighter. Well, they've announced them, but none of the figures have come out yet. And the thing is, fandom is literally split 50-50 in terms of the Street Fighter figures. The ones that came from the video game were greatly received, but the 2 newer ones were kind of on the fence about. But this is the 3rd crossover, basically, that Power Rangers Lightning Collection has done. And yeah, what about them? Are they good? Are they not good? What do I think of them? Well, okay, so first up, we have Daniel Larusso. So Daniel Larusso is, yeah, basically a Ninjetti White Ranger, but of course because it's Daniel Larusso we're talking about, the selling point would be the head sculpt, right? So let's take a look at this head sculpt, and I'm looking at it now and I'm not too sold. I'm not sure how this happened. I'm not sure if it's the hair or the fact that he's a bit too light, but I'm not really sold, I think, on the paint work and how it ended up. I don't think I'll be getting this one. He does have a Miyagi-Do logo on the back, and I just feel like this is, I don't know, this is a pass for me. Honestly, I should have probably expected that Daniel would be one of the first figures to come out. But me and a lot of people have been, kind of speculating as to which Cobra Kai characters would come out. And Daniel wasn't actually on the list for some reason. It was really the kids. Because, when you think Power Rangers, you think teenagers with attitude. So, teenagers with attitude was what I expected. And Daniel LaRusso would have been cool if he was a smidge darker and his hair wasn't kind of almost gray-brown. So, that plus the fact that this is really just, I don't want to say lazy. It's an easy repaint of the White Ranger Ninja figure. It's not doing it for me now. But yeah, it's cool that he can, do the stances that he would in the show, and I guess this is great if you're a Karate Kid fan. I would totally understand like why people would want this figure, but as for me, that's probably a no. But let's talk about the second figure there. It's Samantha LaRusso, and honestly, the head sculpt is pretty great, but the thing is, it does come pretty close to how Samantha LaRusso looks in the show. It's not 100%. It's not 100%, but I can see it. And for me, that's just what's important. I understand that sculpts won't be 100% dead on. We're not quite there yet. But yeah, this is, I can see Samantha LaRusso in it. And to be honest, Sam as the Pink Ranger was one of the things that I called, and a lot of people called. So, who were the other figures that we were expecting here? We were expecting Rob as the Green Ranger. We were expecting Miguel as Red. We were expecting... I'm forgetting the name of the skinny kid as the Blue Ranger, and then Hawk as Black Ranger, and then Tori as Yellow Ranger. That's what a lot of us were expecting. None of that happened. But Samantha Larusso definitely called it, and I'm on the fence. I may actually get this one just for the head sculpt. She does also have a Miyagi-Do logo. And oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that Daniel and Samantha both have their own ninja coins on their chest pieces. So yeah, that's a change that was done for the figures. But both also feature the Ninjetti TV head sculpts. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure I would need that for anything. I have famously skipped the cat figure because, technically speaking, she just dons, in her morphed form, in her actual morphed fighting form, she just dons the fully wrapped TV ninja head sculpt. So I didn't get her as much as I love Cat as a character. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the hero side from Cobra Kai. But this one is fun. This one is fun. Skeleputty. So this one it's basically Johnny's costume from Karate Kid. But this time it's on a putty patroller. So, if you want putties to accompany Bones, maybe you could army build this, I think. But as fun as this is, I have so many actual putties already. I don't see myself getting one. As fun as it is, and it is fun. It is a fun figure. I'm looking at it right now. It does look fun. Oh yeah, I gotta mention that he does have a Cobra Kai logo as well. He does come with a typical putty punch effect, but it's done in the pearlescent white. So that's interesting. While the Miyagi-Do figure, Sam and Daniel, come with orange effects parts this time instead of the pearlescent ones that came with the Ninjetti figures. Overall, I think it's a fun thing to do. I'm not sure that I'm gonna get them. Probably Sam, and maybe if they make some of the other kids, or if Daniel ends up looking like Daniel, I'm not sure. But the thing is, honestly, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I like Power Rangers as Power Rangers. Now, how does that explain the fact that I got all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I'm not sure. How do I defend myself there? Anyways, let's just move on. I basically told you I'm not getting two of the figures, and I'm on the fence about one. So let's move on, shall we? So it was the Hasbro 1027 event a few hours ago, and a couple new figures were announced, and one of them blew my effing mind. Okay, so it's Blue Senturion. Oh my god, the first branded turbo figure ever in Lightning Collection. Now I say branded because, yes, we got Phantom Ranger, but Phantom Ranger was not branded a turbo release. He was actually branded an in space release for some reason. So yeah, okay, there you go. Speculate all you want about why that happened, but now we're getting Blue Centurion, and I am in love. I haven't been this jaw on the floor ecstatic about a figure reveal since Finster, who I still think is one of the best figures of the line. So now we've got Blue Centurion, and I'm looking at Blue Centurion, and he's nearly perfect. And when I say nearly perfect, of course, there's a few details here that are objectively left out. But the thing is, these are nitpicks. I love this figure, and I will definitely 100% get him. I will cry if I don't. Okay? I will have to get this figure. Okay, so, yeah. So looking at the Blue Centurion, jeez, he's not on a regular buck at all. This is an entirely newly made figure 100%. I don't even know if they can reuse any of his parts because wow. So yeah, he's a deluxe price point figure with a bigger box. Yeah, he comes with holsters that, you can basically, they don't pop out or anything, but his holsters literally can be swapped out so that you can put the badge in and stuff like that, and they're interchangeable, so if you lose one, you still have one more. Okay, so I am super 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 pumped for him. Okay, so he's got, okay, blaster mode, badge mode, and saber mode. He's got a couple of open hands and a whistle. Now the whistle is the thing that you're probably gonna lose. Finster has a tiny tool thing that you could also lose if you're not careful. Probably, I'm thinking this whistle is gonna be the thing that you're gonna lose if you're ever gonna lose anything. Has the one blaster shot, and but the thing is, yeah, come on, he just has everything you could want for a blue Senturion figure. Now let's talk accuracy. There's a few things that are missing. I just have to objectively point these out. These are nitpicks. These aren't ruining the figure for me, but I do have to point out that immediately, as soon as I saw the helmet, I noticed that it was a bit narrower than I thought it would be in terms of the visor. So yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that too. I don't know if that's just me, but I wanted to put that out there. But again, this does not ruin it for me. And I think it's a pretty great representation. A couple of other things that are missing from the figure. He does have silver cuffs in a lot of his reference photos, and especially his main standing one. So I'm not sure why those didn't get sculpted in. But again, doesn't ruin it for me either. One other thing, this one is super, super minor, is that the signal lights on his chest have silver rims. But again, those are super, super tiny details, and I can understand why they're not painted. I'm totally cool with that. But I have to objectively point them out because I made a promise to myself that I would objectively point out stuff and still tell you whether they'd affect a purchase for me or not. And none of these three things affect my purchase for the Blue Centurion. I'm super excited. I'm glad we're finally getting turbo representation. Justin, of course. Make Justin a 2-pack, please. We need a kid body for Justin and an adult body for Justin because that's how it works in the TV. Make him a deluxe release. I'm just talking about the figure and the character. Make him a 2-pack, okay? Or at least, yeah, make him a 2-pack with a civilian head on a kid ranger body. Next up, we've got Justin and Justin Nemo rather, and Zhane. He himself actually came on to announce his figure, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like, honestly, a complete redo. It's not even a re-release, guys. So yeah, if you missed out on Zhane, I know a lot of you did. If you missed out on Zhane, and because a lot of the folks in Asian markets were able to get this because of how integrated the Southeast Asian markets are. We have Shopee and we have Lazada, and we were able to get these just fine, no problem. But a lot of people in other parts of the world were not able to. And if you missed out, this is a perfect way to get Zhane. This is an entirely new figure. Why do I say so? He's got a new face sculpt. And I do think, okay, just like Catherine, they do try with every release to make it look better. And I think I don't actually have any complaints about the first one. I still see Zhane. A lot of people are saying it's Jay Leno. I get what they're saying, but I see Zhane. So I'm fine with how he came out. But this new one, I'm looking at some reference photos, and he's even got a little bit of the contouring on the eyes to reflect the way Justin Nemo's face looked back then. It's a great attempt. Not sure. I'll leave it to you if you feel that it's 100% accurate. But I see it also. Now, in terms of what else is new for the Silver Ranger, the thing is, I feel like, this is, he's on pinless joints this time. So this is like a new system. So this is a redo. This is not the same exact figure that you got before. And if I'm looking at this right, because you've got almost pearlescent, very thin silver on this figure, which works because that's how it was in the show, and a little bit of a dull gold, but not like in a bad way, like you know how it used to look caramelized for some figures. But I'm looking at the new Zhane figures, and the silvers and the golds are a lot stronger. I also have to point out the greens on the chest are, I think, a lot better as well because they're a lot closer together. But a lot of people have also pointed out that the way that the original helmet was painted was much better than the way it is now, despite this what it seems like stronger golds and silvers. Now, in terms of the bike, I'm comparing the bike to the original screen model, and it actually looks pretty accurate. I don't see. I'm looking at them side by side, and I don't see a lot of inaccuracies. To be honest, I don't see any inaccuracies at all. To be fair, yeah. The only thing is that it doesn't transform. The thing is, that would have sold it for me if it had transformed because I'm not much of a vehicle guy. Now, but the thing is, given that this is a very accurate representation of the Silver Ranger cycle, I would say this is definitely a good get for people who missed out on Zhane the first time, because Zhane still comes with a Super Silverizer. So basically you get everything in principle that you would have gotten with the original release, but this time with a bike, and it's a very accurate bike, and it's got articulation too, so it's not like a brick or anything. The front part does turn. It's got a kickstand. The wheels work perfectly fine. So yeah, I would recommend this for people who don't have Zhane yet. But if you're like me and you already have Zhane and you're not much on the vehicles, so this one is a pass for me. You guys decide for your own, but for me it's a pass. So far, out of the 5 Lightning Collection figures announced this week, I've only said yes to 1. Okay, now here's the thing. You can be a completionist and get everything. Like, if it has Lightning Collection on it, you have to have it. But in my case, I just want to get, you know, at least one of every Ranger / character. Or, you know, other characters that are not Rangers. But if it's just going to be a rehash of a particular figure, it's going to have something for me to really want it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my pass or buy. So that's 1 out of 5 releases that I'm really looking forward to getting. I do want to say that I'm very excited also for the release, for the announcement rather, of the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So we've got Rocky, Ayesha, Adam in an SPD uniform, and Ayesha in an SPD uniform. That's amazing. I am pumped because a lot of us were like going, oh, this is high time that we addressed SPD, because, you know, in continuity, this is the year that SPD starts, or at least happens rather. So there should be something about SPD if we were referring to the prime continuity. So now we're finally getting it addressed. So that is amazing for me. And we've also got Billy and Zach returning, which we knew from back in PulseCon. Really cool to have everyone together. I'm sad that the character of Jason, to be clear, the character of Jason can't be returning. The character of Jason has been one of my favorites ever since I was a child, but I do understand why we can't have him back at the moment, and I'll leave it at that for now. It's also weird timing that Jason David Frank said no to any more Power Rangers, and then bam, we suddenly have this reunion special. Very weird timing. Also kind of sad that Amy Jo Johnson has not been announced. I do love the fact that we've got some legacy going on in terms of Min, not Yen, but Min. Charlie Kirsch has been announced as the daughter of Trini. So that is amazing that we're getting actual continuity from way back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in terms of the actual Rangers themselves. So yeah. Anyway, so let me know what your thoughts are on these 5 Lightning Collection figures that were announced this week. I want to know, like, am I wrong? Am I right with certain stuff? What's pass or buy for you? I actually want to know what your pass or buys are for the 5 figures. And tell me what you think about the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Anyway, so this has been X Paco. Follow me at X_Paco. That's spelled like this. And my art page at _art of X. By the way, forgot to mention that the Cosmic Fury blue suit has been announced as well. I drew them as soon as I saw them. Not particularly a fan of mixing golds and silvers so close together. That's what I'm going to say about that. But, you know, we'll see what they look like in action. Follow my 2 accounts, and also at Ranger Wiki, of course, for I know you all go on there for information and to also help edit. And thank you for the ones who help edit and maintain the site. You guys are the best. Yeah. Till next time, guys. I intend to keep this format of pass or buy moving forward. In addition to reviews, it will not just be for Power Rangers. It will be for a bunch of stuff. Now, quick disclaimer, pass or buy doesn't necessarily mean I will buy certain things. I may end up, you know, still considering budget or whatever, but it's really just me telling you guys about my interests on a particular line and particular figures rather in that particular line. So you'll be hearing about Transformers, Power Rangers, superpowers, everything. Anyway, this has been X Paco. Weird closing. I just, you know, went all around in circles. And till next time, peace out.